Hi. We're in the, oh, what a beautiful camera. Is this your new one?
Yep.
We're in the Florida Keys. We're just heading out to pull a couple of traps. Hopefully we'll have some crabs in it. Snow crabs. Got special guests here.
Now, are we on camera? Is camera on? Diane, you want to say something clever on camera? Say something clever.
I'm just thinking of one.
Well, this is your first time out in the water in the Florida Keys this year. And how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?
The weather's very good.
Yeah, it's really good.
A little help with that?
Oh, I wish I had it.
Oh, I think we got a crab. And he's got claws.
Oh yeah?
Wow,
So
that's
can you
great.
put her on the floor and I'll do it?
Oh, here, Gary.
Thank you.
Don't put your fingers in there. I'll help you, but I don't want to put my fingers in there. I think we've got some crab claws.
Lifting it up, it's often easier just to do it like that.
Oh, you've got them backwards.
And that's a blue crab.
Oh, I did. Oh, in the bucket.
It's a very large blue crab.
You know what? We'll just put it in the bait keeper back here.
Okay.
And what are those?
That is an enormous blue crab.
This is the third one we caught, so we're going to make some blue crab bisque. They're quite pugnacious.
Yeah,
Are you holding on? What's going on here? Oh, Carson wants to take a shot.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sparks. I was just trying to protect myself. Just a second.
No, we can get shot him in there. Can I pet him?
No, because
Wow, he's pretty
I think you
big.
want to.
They are pugnacious.
Sometimes you just... They're beautiful blue color.
you know that way.
And what is that stuff, then?
That's his vertebrae of the bait.
Oh, I see. What was the bait?
A big mai, which is I've got,
A fish, or?
yeah, here. See if I can preserve my fingers. That guy's got a really nasty bite. He's a big guy.
Beautiful though.
Here, let's see in the sun.
I'm gonna get Diane out.
What?
We hold
Yo,
it.
be careful.
Here, can you put it over in the sun?
Okay.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Okay, now Diane.
Don't antagonize them, yeah. Look at that gorgeous blue.
That's a little bit to waste your way up.
Wow.
Why don't
Okay,
you
okay, he's trying to climb out.
And then you can move straight back. Can you sit right here for me? Let's see how this works.
I'm going to pull the boat up just a little so she's away. I'm going to hold on to it.
So what we're doing here, we've just caught a very sizable blue crab that we've just been pulled our one trap that we have left. And now we're going to process him. And he didn't suffer even a second. He just boom. They're immediately unconscious or immediately gone.
Yeah, he certainly didn't fight us when he got in there.
No, he was gone immediately. And I'll take a look at how it's changing color already. When he went in, he was mostly green with blue claws, and now he's almost immediately changing to the red.
Hmm.
Ready? There it is. Pretty color?
Mm-hmm.
Diane wants a picture of that too. Most of the meat is in these big claws here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there is a...
Oh, is that how his claws are so strong? That's
yeah,
his muscle?
Yeah, there's meat in both those, and there's a little bit in his body. Not a lot, but a little bit. Yeah.
first thing I'm going to do is just take the legs off and break them apart. And you see, as I broke that, that's the meat. There's some meat that's coming available.
Oh, this is the good stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now all the shell and the smaller legs will be boiled for flavor. But in order to get the flavor, you have to break them like that. So breaking these, a little bit of meat shows, I'll take it. And there is a little meat comes out there, but you see, when we boil it for flavor,
I can really smell it.
By breaking it.
Wow, it's really strong smell.
And there's a little bit of meat comes out of these, but they'll be boiled for several hours to get. How long do you boil them for, Shirley?
How long do you boil?
The what?
The crab.
We simmered it for 10 minutes.
No, I meant when you're making the broth.
Oh, a few hours.
And out of the shell, and the same with lobster, you get fabulous flavor. I'll put those off to one side. Now the trick is to get the shell off. And by the way, first of all, you notice that's called the apron. It's called the apron, and because of the way it's formed, the female has a much wider one, so this is a male. So we're not going to get any roe out of it at all. And,
roe being the eggs?
Roe being the eggs. So if you do this gently,
Is that good stuff?
the only thing that you really can't eat, that you don't want to eat, are the gills. These are the gills, and you remove these just by...
Are these the gills that fell out here?
Yeah, those are also gills.
You don't want them?
No. And almost everything else. Now, I get a little selective, but almost everything else, not this part here, but almost everything else is totally edible. And then, so there you have the main body, and I'll break that in half. And what I'll do is I'll use this as part of the flavorings. I'm not quite sure about what all the body parts are called. But if I wash this, you can see this could be a wonderful serving thing. So what you could do is make a crab salad, or a crab starter of some kind, and use that as after you've washed it thoroughly and dried it and everything. You would use that as a serving dish. Very dramatic, very dramatic on a plate. But right now we'll use it for flavoring. Okay, so I won't bother. But isn't that something? It would be a perfect serving thing. And then here, this is where the best meat is. You got to be very careful because there's little cartilage in it and whatnot. So
it's sharp.
What they call doing this, when you clean a crab, you call it picking, and for obvious reasons. You pick a crab. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm picking a crab. This is blue crab.
So what are you separating the cartilage from the meat?
Yeah, and so you can see what I mean about the cartilage there. And it's a fiddly job.
So then how will you eat this meat?
And then
it doesn't look like there's a lot there.
no, it's none there. So just so you don't have to do this forever, I'll do one of the legs. That
Oh, look at that.
That's just beautiful.
And that's his muscle, is it?
That's the muscle that he. Now, some people I've seen will serve it like this, using this as sort of a handle.
Oh, I see.
And it's very dramatic.
Leave it
And
exposed.
then people can eat
Oh, I
it like
see.
that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to... Again, I'm saving the bones. And what's that? Look at that for a beautiful piece of crab meat. And then the other part of the leg is the, sort of the thigh. And it's almost totally empty, so I don't know what's going on there. Now this would normally mean, because there's not very much meat in there, that he's recently shed and built a new and you notice how thin the shell is. That
Right.
means he's recently shed his old shell
Right.
and built this new one. And he's just filling it in inside now, because it's not as much meat as you would normally expect it to be.
Interesting.
So that's how you clean a crab, and then I've just got this other part of the carapace to do.
It's too bad I don't enjoy this.
And the flavor from the shell is really wonderful. And then we just got the rest of the carapace to do here. And as I say, it's but they have ladies up in the Outer Banks and in Virginia and Maryland that can pick a crab with blindfolded.